Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Red EDC. Well, we've got something pretty cool on the table in front of us. We have WorkSharp's very own first knife under the WorkSharp name. This is going to be the RMX. Now, of course, they did the bug out collaboration with Benchmade. You know, it's a yellow bug out. I mean, that's what it is. But it was, of course, Benchmade and WorkSharp have worked. You've got the field sharpener, the collabs they've done. They've worked together quite often. But this is WorkSharp's very own first knife. And there is a lot of interesting things about this knife. First off, the packaging. This is really neat. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know, the thing about the RMX is it ships as a button lock. But you have a conversion pivot to convert it into an auto. Now, the way things are laid out here, you've got the knife here, you've got your pivot, your conversion pivot, you've got a whole bag of extra parts. As a button lock, it runs on bearings. There's an extra spring for your pivot, for your auto pivot, an extra spring for your button lock. You've got extra screws, you got an extra O-ring. All the parts are right there, extra parts that hopefully I don't need when I try to go to do this conversion. And you've got the tool to do everything you will need. There's your driver to take out the pivot screw, and this is your insert tool for, got to get it lined up right, for your extra conversion pivot. So, very interesting. You even got a screw in the pivot that you can remove. So you got extra everything. Very cool. So packaging right off the bat. Very cool. Now, the knife itself. Okay. Integral magnesium alloy handle. And I've watched a few like little snippets on Instagram and stuff, and they say the reason they went with magnesium alloy is it is the lightest, stiffest metal out there. Okay, right on. I should have seen some of the comments on there. It's magnesium. Can I use my fire rod with it? Well, whatever. Go right ahead. But I am not sure I've heard of a magnesium alloy handled knife before. It's definitely not integral. They're probably out there. I am definitely not the be-all, end-all when it comes to knowing everything out there. First one I've heard of. But it ships, like I said, it ships as a button lock. Oh, there we go. Ships as a button lock. Now, there's going to be 3 different versions, 2 different blade steels, and 2 different handle colors. This is the reverse tanto version. The reverse tanto comes in black or gray, and it comes with 3V steel. Very cool. The drop point version, black or gray handle, that comes in M390. And then there is a smaller version. It's not, they don't call it a mini. They call it the compact. The compact is also a drop point, and it comes in black or gray, and it also comes in M390. So a lot of interesting. You've got a convertible pocket clip right there. So it can be either right or left-hand carry. Everything tells me that that's the way it should be, so I'm going with that. Now, it's already got a lock on it, so even as a button lock, you're not going to be able to pull that out, you know? And obviously, that comes from converting it into an auto, the blade locks. But it's pretty smooth the way it is. Comfortable. Holy crap, this knife is comfortable in hand. Now, I know I'm getting a little off track with my normal, but I'm just absolutely kind of enthralled with this knife. Now, I know on my live stream the other night when I was looking at this, I told you. I told you I was not going to do a video of me trying to replace this. Do the swap. You guys just don't want to see that. Well, you know what? I am going to try to do one. I'm going to try to do a follow-up video to this one. I'm going to try to do the swap. They show, well, they give you a link to a video. The video's not up yet on how to do it. And I just watched Zach attempt it on his live stream. And you've got to be, I mean, you pretty much, looks like you have to follow the instructions to a T. You do not want it to come apart on you, or that will give you a little bit of a, well, it would give me some issue. But I'm going to do it, not on this video, but I'm going to attempt. If it goes well, you'll probably see that video. If it doesn't go well, I might just put it out to my channel members so they can get a good laugh. But anyway, very, very comfortable. And a thin stock on this blade. I mean, this is super, super thin stock. Don't have calipers. I'm not going to measure it, but you can tell by looking at it. It is super thin, and it is, holy cow. I mean, I would expect a knife coming from a knife sharpener company to be sharp. I mean, if it wasn't sharp, I'd be like, what's going on? But yeah, it's sharp. It is very sharp and slicey. Oh my goodness. So, let's do some specs real quick, because I want to weigh this thing. I have not weighed it yet, and it is super light. So overall, what are you looking at? Just shy of 8 inches, probably just maybe a little over 7.5. Make sure I'm lined up on that line. Yeah, I'm getting 7 5/8, pretty close. Handle, I'm going to give about 4 1/4-ish. That's going to give us roughly about a 3 1/4, 3 3/8 inch blade, and then your cutting edge on the reverse tanto is going to be about 2 7/8. Grip length, you're coming in, you got plenty of grip. I mean, there it's about almost 3 1/4. I do have a little bit left over in my 3.5 inch grip, but it is super, super comfortable in hand. Very thin. Let's see what it, again, I don't have calipers. I don't do that junk. But it's lot less than a 1/2 inch wide. Yeah, probably a 1/2 inch at its widest point. Maybe just a little shy of that. But size comparisons. Let's do size comparisons. Then I'll do a weight on it. There's the bug out. Kind of handle the handle there. Get it lined up. It's going to be a little bit bigger than the bug out. 1/4 inch maybe on the blade. Pretty close to that on the handle. And of course, we'll get the old PM2 out here. Again, we'll kind of go handle to handle since the pivot's pretty large. It's PM2's got it by a little bit on the blade, a lot of bit on the handle, at least a good 1/2 to 5/8 of an inch. So here is the big one. Here's the big one. The weight. I don't even venture a guess, but holy cow, 68 grams. 2.4 ounces. So just for reference, our bug out is 1.9. A little bit smaller knife. Wow. 2.4 ounces. That's light for that size of knife. Look out. Dave said, weight. Weight and rigidity was the reason they went with magnesium alloy. And, well, you definitely got the weight thing down. And rigidity, let's see here. Oh, that's right. It locks. Can't forget. It locks. Let's see here. I mean, okay. I mean, it's an integral. Somebody asked me, does it flex on my live stream? If you can see any flex in that, you got better eyes than I do. Because it sure doesn't feel like it's flexing at all. So, yeah. Weight and rigidity. Done. Got it. They've pretty much nailed that. Now, they're trying to keep the price under $200. Very respectable, especially for magnesium alloy and 3V. If they keep that under $200, whew, yeah. I mean, which means the M390 in magnesium alloy should definitely be under $200. Just, I'm totally going by materials. I have no clue, as far as manufacturing and that stuff. I'm not even taking that into consideration. I mean, I guess you have to. You have to. But, and it drops on June 6th, first day of Blade Show Atlanta. You'll be able to pick them up at Blade Show if you're at the show. They will also obviously drop at worksharptools.com on the 6th of June. Like I said, don't have a firm price yet, but they said they're trying to keep them under $200. So I will say, potentially stay tuned for a video that I'm very reluctant to do just because of how I get when I do stuff like this. That's why I don't do teardown videos or anything like that. It's just anyway. If you see it, that means it went well. If you don't see it, but are a channel member, you still might see it, and that means it probably didn't go well, and I hope you get a good laugh. So, there you go. But I am super stoked for this. Super grateful to Worksharp for sending this out and just, allowing me to help get the word out about the RMX. Now, RMX, Replaceable Mechanism Exchange. RMX. Like I said, in that, where's the note? Oh, it's here somewhere. It's probably still in the box. But when, they were giving you a little bit of a conversation about it, giving you some info, and they had RMX, and in parentheses, it said Remix. So, that's kind of why I said that. But, there you go. There's a little bit of you got the blade, and then you got your manual pivot, runs on bearings. You've got your button, your spring. You got bearings on both sides. You have an O-ring here, the back pivot, the pivot screw, pocket clip nut, filler. There's your tool, like I said, your auto pivot. Now, the interesting thing is, the instructions. Oh, they're on the other side. On the other side. But there you go. There's kind of they give you a good tutorial on how to do it. As Zach found out, if you go a little bit too far, there's not a lot of info on how to recover from that, and that's what I'm going to try to avoid. I haven't watched any other replacement videos or something. I want to try to learn to do this myself. Now, if I get into trouble, Zach's probably going to get a phone call. That's all I'm saying. But, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Again, Worksharp, thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity to help get the word out about the new RMX. Available June 6th, Blade Show Atlanta, and worksharptools.com. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, guys. As always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.